What do you expect from LeBron tonight?
Yeah, Jim. What do you expect? I got to hear this.
What?
Huh?
I mean, I just expect LeBron. Me and Shannon understand this. You don't understand this, but it was a fill-out game. You can look at LeBron's body language in Game 1. He was trying to figure out how Boston was going to play him. Now, that doesn't excuse some of the performance part of it, because I thought at times he had a chance to go and he didn't. But if you typically look at LeBron when he doesn't play well, especially if he doesn't score well, that next game, the emphasis early on is that he's aggressive. He goes right at his opponent. He doesn't look to kind of get his teammates involved as much early, but he looks to put the defense on their heels, so now they have to adjust to him, and that's when he starts to go off. I mean, it's a stat, most points per game after a team lost in the playoff. LeBron James about 30.1 fifth all time. So the proof is
number
in the
one
pudding.
all time. Hold on, did Michael Jordan play in the playoffs?
No, Michael Jordan was number one.
Ah, dang.
33.2. But our boy was number 5.
Stuck that big old foot right in his mouth.
Yeah. It was close, though, Shannon. It was close.
He number 5?
Number 5.
Well, he moving up. After the day, he'll be number 2.
Yeah.
Drop 40 on him.
Yeah, but I think his mindset is going to be different. I think he doesn't panic in this situation because he understands what he's going up against, but he had to get a sense and feel. But you got to give Boston a lot of credit in regards to how they guard it. They shrunk the floor. I think it's very important when you play against a team like Boston that kind of sticks to their game plan. I think what hurt Cleveland early on was those open shots they missed.
Thank you.
So if I'm Boston, I'm going to shrink in a little bit more and shrink the court. I'm going to have LeBron see me when he's trying to drive. But if they can hit some shots early, now the defense spreads, and now LeBron has more room to work with.
That's it.
You're not buying it. I can just tell.
Yeah, he knows.
When you hit us with the
You know, I'm just waiting for Shannon here.
That bulldozer coming. That road grade is coming. Now
He's going to tear that whole building right down. They're going to have to rebuild the garden right after.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming, Skip. You know it. You know what happened. He's made it abundantly clear.
Yeah.
He said, if you know my history, you know one of the field-like games. Now, Indiana didn't let him off the hook. They beat him by 18. Toronto let him off the hook. He shot bad. He didn't play particularly well. They let the Cavs hang around fourth quarter, get him in overtime and win. Boston, when Boston did what they were supposed to do. All Boston did was hold serve at home. And the Cavs are a three-point shooting team. And when they miss their threes like they did, they don't lose by a few. They lose by a lot. And it looks ugly, Skip. It really does. But I got so much faith in that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's just so unbelievable. He just brings a calm.
You talk to him?
Yeah. Oh, man.
What did Rich Paul say? What did Maverick say?
Yeah, he's like that chamomile tea that, it's like a calming effect. He's like one of those salt baths. He's just so relaxing. Because Ty Lue slept great last night. I can assure you, Ty Lue slept great last night because what he always can hark back on, we have something that no other team in the NBA have. That guy.
Oh.
And when you have that guy, he'll make everything all right. Every little thing.
So
will be all right.
Yeah, don't sing it. So my friend Jim Jackson refers to LeBron's body language in the feel-out game one. It was like a dead language to me. Like I saw lifeless. I didn't even see any body language that I could even begin to interpret because he just didn't show up for that game. And he had his worst stat line of his entire playoff career across the board. I can just show you all the way from 15 points all the way over to 7 turnovers. It was not very good. So recent history against the Pacers and the Raptors would tell you he would explode in Game 2. I am here to tell you I have never seen anything quite like the build-up to this game tonight in Boston. In my time of covering the National Basketball Association that you played in for a good number, how many years did
14.
you play? 14 years in the NBA. I've never seen the expectations built the way they have been to heap pressure on that man's shoulders for a Game 2 at Boston tonight because the world expects not just great, they expect legendary.
Yeah.
They expect all-time memorable. This man is telling me at the start of this show he will play a game tonight. He will put up numbers that you will never forget, that people will be talking about for years and years to come against, let's keep this in perspective, the #1 defensive team in the entire NBA for 82 games, a team that's 8-0 at home through the playoffs, and they are sitting back somewhere in Boston listening to this saying, really? He's going to do that to us? LeBron sat up there smugly after Game 1 and folded his arms and said, I have zero concern. You have zero concern because you're paying zero respect to that team. And that team may be a little short yet on talent, but that team has all the
talent.
Yeah, well,
they might not have superstar talent, but they're talented.
Well, they're down 2 All-Stars, right?
Yes.
Heck, they're even down Shane Larkin, who was a crucial piece coming off their bench. I'm just telling you, they lost Shane Larkin.
If this is baseball, we're talking about his dad, we're talking about something else. But
Shane Larkin would play 15 minutes a night, and he came in and gave him good minutes, good defensive minutes. This team has all the right intangibles. It has high basketball IQ to match LeBron's, which is the highest, I think, in basketball history. It has basketball backbone. It's well taught. It's well schooled. It knows how to be in the proper places at the proper time on defense. They took Ben Simmons completely out of that previous series, and I know he's just a redshirt freshman. Okay, but I'm just saying, I know LeBron's 15 years in this league, but I've never seen predictions that somebody would be legendary going into a game of this magnitude against that team and its building with its tradition. Those Boston fans are going to be out of their minds tonight. The decibel level in that building will be ear-piercing.
They're leaving early. They're going to beat the traffic.
All right.
Man, they beat the traffic.
But see, Skip, let's go back. The pressure. What pressure for LeBron James? His greatness was pressure when he was 18 years old. The next come. He's been dealing with pressure his whole career. That's nothing for him.
But I've never heard anything like this build-up.
But that's fine because for him, the number one thing for him is figuring out ways to dissect that defense. And he understands that he has to get his guys to knock down shots, but also he has to be more aggressive. Game 1 for him, looking at it, is like, listen, I know that if we shoot the ball well, we can beat this team. The issue is that you go in and win. Celtics got to be more concerned. You give up game 2. You haven't played well on the road. So it's more pressure on Boston to have to win this game to keep it 2-0 instead of 1-1. Now have to go on the road and win, which they haven't. Okay, but now, here's the thing. With the Celtics, I love Brad Stevens. I said this from the beginning. Game planning-wise, what they're able to do with their young men, not having the 2 superstars, how they game plan, how they share the basketball. Of course. I mean, they've done it all year, even when Kyrie was there. So they built something. But we're talking about a LeBron James who understands the pure dynamics of how to dissect a team. Okay, you can play me over here. Okay, now I'm going to get you in the mid-post. I'm going to get you in the post. You're going to have to come double team and make shots. At the end of the day, LeBron can only do so much. His teammates can't be forward for two. You know, Kevin Love, Kyle Korver, George Hill, they can't be 3 for 11 from the three-point line.
Well, can LeBron be 0 for 5 from the three-point line?
He can, and they can still get away with it because he can do so much more from it.
Oh, so he needs help.
You know,
that's interesting.
Well, Michael Jordan needed help. He needed from Scottie Pippen.
Only LeBron is not allowed to have teammates. Everybody can have teammates. LeBron not. But you know, game 1 is like LeBron analytics. What we do is our team, we gather information. So that way we digest this information. We'll be able to regurgitate it on tonight. But I promise you, Skip Bayless, when you come in here tomorrow, I got a surprise for you.
Yeah.
I got a surprise for you, old Skip. Oh, my good friend Skip. My good friend Skip.
Legendary, he said. You're going to go 40-plus? You want to up your ante a little bit?
He can't have 7 turnovers, I can tell you that.
Well, I got it, but he's saying you're going 40, right?
I know this guy. Yeah. I know this guy very
40.
well.
Go 40.
I've seen him have 35-17 and no turnovers. I've seen him have 43-14 with 1 turnover.
Shannon Sharpe, I'll put you right on the hot seat right now. I will bet you a whole case of Diet Mountain Dew he does not go for 40-plus against this team in that building. Want to bet? You don't have any faith in your man. I don't get it.
I already gave you my stat line. I don't. Once I give you my stat line, that's what it is.
Well, have some guts. It's close. You said 38. I'll go 40-plus. Well, it's just 2 more points. Make it a big old round 4-0. Big 4-0.
38.
No, come on. You got to have some guts.
Think about it.
You know why? Because you know I'm right. Because we look back, see, everybody's stuck on recent history. Game 1 against Indiana, he still had a triple-double, but he was 0 for 4 from the three-point line, and they got blown out at home, so he bounces back with 46 in Game 2. But that was in Cleveland against the Pacers.
Okay.
Then Game 1 against Toronto, he still had a triple-double. It wasn't great, 26, 11, 13.
He shot
and
poorly.
it took overtime for them to overcome a Toronto team that shot itself in the foot, right? Bounced back in Game 2 with 43 big points. Those are the Raptors, and I told you they were going to get swept. These are the Celtics. This is different. This is in Boston against the
You remember the Spurs? You remember they played the Spurs that first go-around? He had a triple-double in Game 1, but they lost. You remember the monster night that he had in Game 2? So you know he...
I just remember it was a sweep.
Whoa, no, it wasn't.
What?
When y'all won the first game?
Which one are you talking about? 07?
Yeah, no.
07 was
You know when we was down 0-1.
That was the first go-around.
No, Skip.
Oh, that didn't count?
In 2013.
I guess it didn't count.
Game 7.
You're great. You just erase things from the memory bank.
No, he was a baby. He was a baby.
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah,
so it didn't count.
he's a baby.
Oh, that was like AAU ball.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Yeah.
22 years of age.
I don't know.
How many other 22-year-olds you know led a team to the finals other than Magic Johnson?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad.
Got swept. I thought he was the greatest of all time. I don't know. He got swept.
He wasn't then. He is now. Like Michelle and Degocello said, Joy.
Interesting.
If that was your boyfriend, he wasn't last night.
So all I know is LeBron will have 28 points, 10 rebounds, and he better have 14 assists.
Can I take the over on that?
Huh?
Oh! Can I take the over? No. I want to take the over on that.
No, I'm going 28.
Can I bet you the over?
All I care, what have I told you? The 14 is what I care the most about. I need 14 assists, and I need the shooters to make some threes.
Jack want to go over on the points.
Can I take the over on that?
No, I'm not going to take it.
Why you won't? You want to bet me, but you won't bet Jack.
Well, you're the one who stood up and said legendary.
No, Tristan Thompson said legendary. I just co-signed
I'm rooting for the Cavaliers. I got them in 5.
Okay,
so I need them to win 4 straight games.
I just want to root for the over.
Well, I'm trying to take expectations off, so I want to lower
That's LeBron James. That's LeBron James.
Expectations will never come off.
Never come off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.